arguably the most important position in the modern era of basketball. And today we're going to be counting down the top 10 point guards in the NBA today. Number 10, Jalen Brunson. After his departure from the Dallas Mavericks and out the shadow of Luka Doncic, Brunson has proven himself to be a top 10 guard in the NBA. Brunson averaged 24 points, 3.5 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 0.9 steals on 49% shooting, while leading the team to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Brunson stands at only 6'1", and if you had only heard me describe him and never seen him play, you'd think he'd be just a perimeter player. However, the opposite is true, as Brunson is dominant and shifty when he gets inside, and he has a go-to post-up game, while also being able to hit the deep ball, as in 2023, Brunson shot 41% from behind the arc, proving himself to be an extremely versatile player. Number 9, De'Aaron Fox. At the trade deadline of the 2022 regular season, the Sacramento Kings traded away Tyrese Halliburton to the Indiana Pacers while keeping De'Aaron Fox. At the time, many criticized the decision, but it appeared to have paid off, as Fox has bloomed into a great young point guard. Sacramento made their first postseason in 20 years as they pushed the defending Golden State Warriors to a Game 7. Fox may lack an outside shot, but he makes up for it with his quickness and finishing ability, while also being a solid playmaker, able to run the pick and roll and find an open teammate on a drive. In the 2023 regular season, Fox put up a respectable 25 points, 4.2 rebounds, 6.1 assists, 1.1 steals on 51% shooting, while leading his Kings to the third seed in the Western Conference. Number 8, Trae Young. After the 2021 NBA playoffs, fans around the league were high on Trae Young, as he carried his Atlanta Hawks to the conference finals as they beat the one-seeded 76ers in the second round. Since then, though, Young's production has dropped off, especially when it comes to efficiency. In the 2022 regular season, he shot 38% from 3, but only a season later, it's dropped all the way down to 33%. For reference, that's not much better than Russell Westbrook, who shoots 31% from deep. If you caught any of the Hawks-Celtics series in last season's playoffs, you definitely noticed how often Boston were just running isolation plays against him. In 2023, Trae Young averaged 26.2 points, 3 rebounds, 10.2 assists, 1.1 steals on 42% shooting, as Young struggled with his shot all season long. However, expect to see Trae bounce back to some good form in season 2024. Number 7, Drew Holiday. The current talk of the NBA is he was shockingly included in the Damian Lillard blockbuster trade that sent Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks, as he now finds himself on the Boston Celtics. Celtics fans should be excited, as Drew is a better player than Marcus Smart offensively and defensively. Holiday is the full package for a solid starting point guard in the NBA, with averages of 19.3 points, 5.1 rebounds, 7.4 assists, 1.2 steals on 47% shooting with Milwaukee in 2023. The issue with Holiday, though, is the offensive consistency come postseason, as his percentages have consistently dropped off every year he was with the Bucks. Last season, he shot 47% from the field and 33% from 3 in the regular season, but in the playoffs, that dropped to 40 and 28% from deep. However, the defense is no lie, as he fights over screens at an elite level, and the on-ball defense is good enough to give opposing guards nightmares. Holiday will definitely help Boston as they look to raise the 18th banner. Number 6, Jamal Murray. Speaking of raising a banner, at number 6 we have Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets, who was instrumental to Denver winning their first NBA title in franchise history, with playoff averages of 26.1 points, 5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.2 steals on 47% shooting. Jamal was a lethal scorer of the basketball at all levels. Unlike Holiday, during the regular season his numbers tank, while in the postseason he's proven to be quite the playoff riser, as his scoring always gets a boost. He's a solid playmaker who can make reads, and he runs the pick and roll well with Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic. Overall, Murray is a tough player to rank, as his regular season stats wouldn't even see him in the top 10, but when you include the playoffs, this is where he lands. Number 5, Ja Morant. Ja Morant is the most exciting player in the NBA to watch, but he needs to get his off-court stuff sorted so he can climb higher on the list. Ja Morant averaged 26.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, 7.4 assists, 1.1 steals on 46% shooting in 2023, as he led his Memphis Grizzlies to the second seed in the Western Conference. Morant's quickness and athleticism paired with his finishing ability is a deadly combination. However, a lack of an outside shot hurts his game during the postseason, as teams can just wall up inside and force him to shoot, as unlike Giannis, he can't bust the wall down. However, Ja Morant catches posters on the nightly as he lights up social media with his highlight plays, but we need to see more on the court instead of in the headlines. Number 4, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The OKC Thunder have the brightest future in the NBA, and that's due to the young talent surrounding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai was top 5 in scoring in 2023 with averages of 31.4 points, 4.8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1.6 steals on 51% shooting, leading the Thunder to the play-in tournament and actually winning a game. Shai defied expectations as he truly had a breakout season. He's super shifty with a good mid-range jumper, but similar to Ja, the three-point shot has dropped off dramatically, as he has almost stopped shooting them entirely, as he only attempts 2 per game on 34% shooting. If he can work on his perimeter game, he could enter the top 3, but for now, he's just outside. Number 3, Damian Lillard. Joining the Bucks was a great move for his legacy, as Dame gave it his all in Rip City. As in his final season with the Blazers, he averaged 32.2 points, 4.8 rebounds, 7.3 assists, 0.9 steals on 46.3% shooting. Paired with the Greek freak Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez, he can provide a much-needed offensive spark. Damian Lillard is a top 3 shooter in NBA history, as his range is limitless, shooting as far as as the logo with ease. Lillard is also one of the most clutch players the league has ever seen, with ridiculous game winners on the regular. A new Dame time era is about to begin, and personally, I'm going to be watching every game for sure. Number 2, Luka Doncic. This was not an easy ranking, as some have Luka over Curry, but for me, he's not number 1 just yet. Luka can do it all on the basketball court, as he's an elite playmaker, shooter, finisher, and can score in the mid-range or post. With it being only Luka's 5th season in the league, he looks like he's a well-polished player as he continues to make advancements in his game every offseason. Doncic has proven to be a playoff monster as he rises to the occasion every time, increasing his stats across the board. However, there are 2 reasons keeping him out of the top spot, and these are defense and 3-point shooting. It's the 3-point shooting where Luka could and should really be shooting better, as he shot 34% in 2023, and the defense is not good either. It's not as bad as Trae Young or James Harden, but it's still not good, as opposing defenses target him as he struggles to stay in front and stop his man from cutting to the basket. Number 1, Stephen Curry. The best point guard in the NBA right now, and some will argue of all time. Downtown shots have captivated the NBA for years now, and with the new addition of Chris Paul, the Warriors look scary in 2024. He's fresh off a championship in 2022, and in the 2023 regular season, he averaged 29.4 points, 6.1 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 0.9 steals on 49% shooting from the field, while shooting 42% from 3. Curry is the greatest shooter the league has ever seen, as he's the all-time leader in 3-pointers made. Curry is elite on or off the ball and is an underrated finisher. There is a real argument to be made that Stephen Curry is the greatest point guard of all time, and in this video, we find out who truly is the greatest point guard in NBA history.